device. And as a result, budgets of various departments within Parliament were overrun. You understand? Because there was no confidence. And that's how you hear the people are saying that, for me, I was on this committee. We were supposed to go for field work. We did not go. The money got finished. As money comes in the quarter, it has got finished. But they have no courage to actually to ask. You understand? Where did the money go? Because you see, under the law, in the government, there are what we call activity officers. You understand? For instance, if the office of the speaker has taken people to deal with the matters, so now that anything to do with the law in the parliament had been actually done away with, my candidature gives confidence to everybody that I will respect the budget of parliament to the extent that if you interfere with the budgeting process, you interfere with the activities of committees, you're going to affect your performance. Because you see now the public would normally say that, for instance, when it comes to account, if you have to hold the government to account, people want to know who is in the prison, how much has been recovered. But the committees of parliament, well, we're not working because there are no resources. You understand? All the resources had been swept. Then the other issue, it is the equity and the inclusiveness in the parliament. Parliament, the speaker is for everybody. That's why actually we took this trend even of campaign because it was never there. Because the speaker is supposed to be bipartisan. That you see, we are supposed to be all of us together. And this is what I told my people in NUP. When there was expression of interest for a speaker, I told them, look, yes, they proposed my name. And then I said, but if we are going to vote, then we are going to lose the plot. Because by the time we shall live here, we shall be divided. And when we go to the house, we shall have less votes than one we're supposed to get. So I told them that let us get the best.
The same Muju experience.
You understand, out of us. And that I was trying to create the culture of being bipartisan, even within the party, that everybody feels in my candidature that actually it came from that person. But what has been happening now in the parliament, cartels. That's why you hear people say the side is calling a member. The member is not a vote holder. He's not an accounting officer. You understand? So no wonder why would the side follow up a member? Actually, they were telling me, but you see, they also at times funny. That for me, I was in the parliament because I didn't support the speaker. I didn't travel all through the entire parliament. If they would take my name on the committee, they would cost the name. You see, the speaker can't behave that way. I'm going to be the speaker of the 12th parliament because I have members. That's why I want to give comfort to my brother. Even if you don't vote for me, it is your right. You understand? But I don't want you not to vote for me and then you regret later. Because what actually you find people engaging in, that they fail to do what they're supposed to do. The other issue is that about consensus. The business we talk about in parliament is the people's business. You understand? But there must be consensus on most of these issues. We can always have discussion. I remember the late Olanya, Jacob Olanya. Whenever there was a controversial issue, he kept on picking members and said, look, there's a lobby there. Can you go and try to harmonize or try to have a middle position? Then you would even agree on areas of disagreement. You understand? So I want to operate by cartels and then cliques, because all members are going to be my members. And I want to create comfort in all of them. For instance, there are some who are telling me that because we don't support, they put us in office, 5 of us in one office. So we sit there with our PAs. The time when people coming to see you, it's funny. They have to tell someone that, please, can you go out? I want to talk to my person. Then they'll tell you, why don't you go out with your person and you talk from out? So that affects the performance of parliament. And they want to give us to those who are actually loyal. We want to take parliament to another level. Because if we don't deal with those issues, they affect the performance in the parliament. The other one is responsiveness to the aspirations of Ugandans. For fact, you know that the parliament is, parliamentary power is derived from the people. You understand? Whatever we do is the interest of our people in the parliament. A bill comes, it is rushed, no even time to go and consult. Meaning that actually you have forgotten where you derive your power. We end up going for luxuries. Because as a result of conducting yourself like that, I think that's how you end up with all those material things which you don't even need. You understand? Then the last component is about my competence, exemplariness, and the accountable leadership. I want to assure my brother here, when I'm your speaker, the budget of parliament will not be like a secret love affair, because this is what I've been hearing. People, even the chairperson of the committee, don't know what is their budget. You understand? They fear. They say you can ask. You go on floor 5. When we were in parliament, actually the chairpersons of committees were vote holders of their budgets. And when we were in park, when I worked on the Bocasiano, it is us who determine who would travel, because it would be based on attendance on our committee. Whereas it was an opposition committee, our opposition members who never wanted to attend the committees, they wanted to travel. I told them they will not travel. Then they went and come to the speaker, and I'm treating them like children. I said, please, you go to another committee or you go to the speaker.
What is it, the magic of traveling?
Yeah, you see, the issue was,
it keeps on coming
let
up.
Me make, okay, it is travel both inland.
Is it a window for money or what?
The issue now, the issue of travel came as a result of, first, I think, they travel for benchmarking. There is some which is justified, and from what I've been gathered, also some which has not been actually justified. For instance, in the park, we would travel because we had to look at the accounts of the entities.
Different entities.
Which are outside the country. And those will be the travel which will be attached to the committee. But there also travels, for instance, like for the parliamentary football team. I'm talking of where actually personal
travel happens.
Then there are also where the parliament would find a way of actually sending members when they're invited, like the IPU and others. That's why Honorable Nabagabe, because she went there and raised human rights issues, the speaker came back and said you would never travel even to go for official work.
True.
And she was not traveling, and yet it was but also to me, as we discuss all these things, because I was trying to, there also the question of the quality of members. Because Honorable McMott, you remember, when the members started running to the speaker for speaker's signature, and even when you remember your chairperson of national economy, yes, without attending committees of parliament and rushing the speaker for a signature. We protested. And I said, you see, the resources of the committee is the carrot and stick. I'm sure that my members are attending the committee. But as long as they can go and get favors from you, they will never actually come to attend the committee.
All right.
Finally, on this issue of accountability, when I become the speaker, I've heard these people have adequated the budget on corporate social responsibility.
Corporate social responsibility.
In the billions. You understand? One wonders, the people in my place are lacking registration candidates.
For PLOE.
And we are paying registration fees as members of parliament. You understand? We are paying fees. Instead of appropriating this money to government services, for those services, we are busy having this money for corporate responsibility. When I'm the speaker, I don't want direct you because you'll be my deputy from what I hear. But I think we need to be exemplary.
All right.
You understand?
Okay.
We need to be accountable.
All right.
And the beauty, I've ever been a leader in the committees. He knows that I mean well.
All right.
And we never had any issues where we would disagree. So me as their speaker, let alone the issue of numbers, which to me does not matter for reason. Let me justify this.
Because we want to hear from him also. Very quickly.
This. Let me first demystify the issue of numbers. I've been meeting women members of parliament who have made it very categorical that should the SEC come out without a female, they're going to vote for me as a protest vote.
All right.
I've met members of parliament from the other part of the country saying when NRM becomes secretarian, as they're trying to do, and only go for one person, they're going to vote for me.
Okay.
I've met members I worked with in the 9th and 10th parliament, is one of them.
And he's
supporting.
supporting.
Who are saying they have worked with me. I'm amiable, I'm experienced,
all right,
I'm competent.
All right. Honorable McMahon, why are you running for Deputy Speaker? Very quickly. In 5 minutes, if you can highlight your key points.
Competent, and I have solution for some of these. I've diagnosed the solution of Parliament. I've been a member in the 10th Parliament, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee, where I was with my brother, Hon Mwiru. I was in leadership of rules, privilege, and discipline. And I went through all the rules. I know how Parliament is supposed to proceed. Parliament needs a lawyer. And it's not by accident that Noob is bringing Paul Mwiru, who is a lawyer, and in the last, how many speakers and deputies, they've always had lawyers.
But even the former speaker has been a lawyer. That's what we don't record.
So why are they choosing lawyers? I'm a lawyer, and a lawyer who is both local, a Ugandan trained lawyer, and international barrister. The laws have not been tapped. I have full potential. When people talk about policemen not being paid enough, it is pay equity. I litigated in Canada on pay equity. That's what we need. You get it? People are talking, they are crying, but they don't know the direction, where to go. I am a man who has most of those answers. We need a lot of comprehensive, holistic legal reforms. I have been a leader, the number 2 in the whole North America, secretary of the board of Uganda North American Association. I have lived, when you talk about development, when you talk about infrastructure, I'm not just talking about, I've seen it, I've studied the Canada. When you talk about the federal system in Canada, division of power, the different provinces, 11 provinces of Canada, where Uganda wants to go as East African Parliament, I am a guy who is not just going to say, oh, there's a problem and whine about. I have seen, I will just speak, I've benchmarked over 15 years of legal practice, trained in different, that I can't even talk about here. So for me, I think both my experience as a legislator, leadership at Parliament, plus even practice of law in Uganda, trained at Makerere University, a leader at Makerere University as a minister of Mukasa Fred Mbide's government. I was in the Constituent Assembly as a child delegate for Masaka in 1994. Masaka, I represented in the Constituent. I have the evidence. Kadaga was at the National Council for Children with Pulkol, and those were my matrons. I came in 1994.
Was that corruption?
So I'm telling you,
you come from up north and you are representing Masaka.
You need, because of my capability, these things have started a long time ago. You need a deputy speaker who will help the speaker. I'm not too ambitious. When I can help and bring ideas and solutions both within Parliament to bring the necessary reform to help Uganda so that we unlock the economy and move forward. This is the man before you, Otto Edward Mahmoud. And recently I've been studying international business law. When I studied a module on financial crimes and money laundering, these are the issues at hand. The reporting system for banks, the penalties that come by not reporting. Where is our financial intelligence authority when we talk about all these monies exchanging hands? Where are they? Where? So at the end of the day, I know institutions that work, system. I know what is needed for us to deal with some of this. Parliament needs me.
All right.
But thank you. And now
Spectrum.